you're doing the right things, eating better, moving, trying supplements, and you still feel a little off. That's not your fault, and it's not just aging. I'm Dr. Jake Schmutz, a naturopathic medical doctor and integrative physician.
Yes, and I am Teresa Marie, and I'm here to represent you. I'm here to ask all the right questions and put a lot of what Dr. Jake is saying in layman's terms so that we can feel empowered to be able to take our health seriously, feel better, and move forward.
Today we're going to be talking about bloating after the age of 40 in women and the 6 root causes that you want to rule out. We're going to be specifically talking about a solution plan of what you want to do specifically for this. And then we're going to give you a specific doctor script to use that you could actually give to your doctor to talk about these things. The most common causes of bloat in a woman 40 plus are, first, motility issues. That means that the peristalsis, the squeezing of the tubes, just can naturally slow down as you get older, and that can lead to bloating. Next one I wanted to talk about is the low HCl. So as you age, you can naturally decrease HCl production. That's hydrochloric acid. So our stomach naturally makes hydrochloric acid to help us digest our food better, especially proteins. So if you're not digesting food very well, it's going to cause food that's poorly digested, and this is going to lead to bloating in your small intestine and large intestine. Next one is you could have something called dysbiosis, which is an imbalance of your gut bacteria. Not enough good bacteria and too much bad bacteria. We're actually not supposed to have any microbes in our small intestine. It's supposed to be in our large intestine. But when they start creeping up in our small intestine, that can cause inflammation and issues that lead to bloating in our gut. So that's a big possible cause too. Next one is the gallbladder or liver function can decrease. And that is when you eat, the gallbladder doesn't produce enough bile acids, so you digest the fat appropriately. And if you don't digest your fat appropriately, again, that is going to lead to bloating. You could have what's called a general term, a histamine overload, that you're starting to now react to foods. So this can go along with this inflammation that can cause in the gut. This could be caused by the low HCl, which then causes bugs to start to accumulate in the gut, which then causes inflammation and causes your immune system then to start cross-reacting to all kinds of different foods. Be related to that dysbiosis that we talked about, too little of good guys, too many of bad guys. So a lot of things can lead to these food sensitivities, but that's a big cause of the bloating too, is this histamine intolerance, this overproduction of histamine now in your gut and throughout your entire body, leading to this bloating effect that you can experience. And then the last one I wanted to talk about is that it could be caused by hormonal imbalances. So imbalances of your estrogen and progesterone. Maybe you're getting too low of estrogen and progesterone. Maybe you have too much estrogen compared to progesterone, and vice versa. And that can be a big cause of bloating in women 40 plus also. So let's talk in detail about each of the causes and how you can really identify it yourself of which one it really is. So let's say it's a poor motility or constipation. This is, okay, you're feeling, the bloating can get worse as the day goes on. Maybe you're not necessarily bloated in the morning, but you keep on getting more bloated and more bloated and more bloated as the day goes on. And it can get worse when you are not eating enough fiber, not getting enough water in your diet. And if you notice that those things get worse when you don't drink enough, or you're eating more meat and not a lot of fiber, it gets worse. It's probably related to the slow motility. Next one, how do we really know if it's low HCl, right? That can cause bloating. How do we know? Many times this can lead to a lot of belching or burping. It could cause a lot of flatulence too, like a gas. But it also can be that you eat proteins and you don't do well with eating proteins. Like you eat meat and you feel more bloated after eating meat. So those are some things that you can look at, and that could possibly be a low hydrochloric acid production type of thing. Next one is SIBO or dysbiosis. This could be like you get more severe bloating after you eat food. Maybe like 45 minutes to an hour and a half after eating food that you get a lot of bloating. This is telling me more indicative of that is probably a dysbiosis SIBO thing going on. And usually you do worse when you eat a lot of really healthy fibrous food, get a lot more bloated. That's telling me, oh man, it could be that you just have too many bad guys in your gut, and it's likely related to SIBO. So you want to get that checked out if that's the symptom picture that you're experiencing. Next one is bile. So let's say your gallbladder is not working very well. It means that you're not producing enough bile at the right times or not producing enough bile. Let's say you eat a lot of fat. You eat a fatty meal like a lot of olive oil, avocados, etc., and you feel more bloated after doing that. You might have a little bit of pain in your upper right quadrant too at that time. And then you're noticing that there's floating stool. You might even see fat in your stool. That's probably related to your gallbladder and you're not digesting fat very well. And that's a piece of why you're experiencing bloating, and we need to do something to improve your bile function. And then the histamine intolerance or inflammatory response in the gut. This can lead to a lot of various type of symptoms, but you could get a lot of GI pain, abdominal pain. You many times can get a constipation, diarrhea combination there. You could get more rashes or hives or itchy type of sensation when you're experiencing this. So that's how you can rule out if you might be having more of a food sensitivity effect. And then the hormonal imbalances, this is more related that you notice it maybe at certain times of the month. You notice more bloating there. You might have more breast tenderness, more moody, etc. So you're noticing bloating, and then it goes along with some of those things. It's probably related to hormonal fluctuations.
All right, Dr. Jake, all of this makes absolute sense. I know I'm listening to this and I'm like, okay, yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Got this. I don't have that. This is where, some of those issues might be when it comes to, what is causing the bloating. Now, if someone is listening to this, okay, and now wants to start working on it, okay, they're thinking, oh, I think I might have low stomach acid, or I think maybe it is a gallbladder issue. What are some things that our audience could be doing at home to reduce their bloating and address some of these issues?
Yeah, so I think about this in two different layers. Layer one is the foundational things that we could do at home, and then layer two is the things that you need to go to the doctor to get things checked out for you, like laboratory work, etc. So some things that you could do at home is you want to make sure you get a good, healthy, anti-inflammatory diet. You want to be eating good foods high in fiber that aren't high in inflammation, not a lot of sugary foods, etc. We want to do that piece. We want to make sure we're getting plenty of sleep, 7 to 9 hours of sleep during the night. You could also track it through a watch or a ring to really see how much deep sleep or REM sleep that you're getting throughout the night, making sure you're actually getting a good quality sleep while you're sleeping. You want to try to reduce your stress. Now, stress is normal and it's okay and it's good at moments, but you just don't want long-term stress. So you want to make sure you find moments throughout the day that you're able to decrease it, maybe deep breathing exercises, maybe reading a book, maybe exercising, whatever works for you to decrease that stress load is really important. And then you want to make sure that you are going out, moving and getting out in nature and actually experiencing the world. And then last thing is I want to make sure that you get plenty of water intake. Most of us are dehydrated and not getting enough water in. So we want to get half our body weight in ounces of water per day. Next is the things that you can do at the doctor's office. So you want to get certain labs checked, right? So to rule out all these different type of things, you want to one, let's say you're experiencing the rashes, the itchiness, you're getting some diarrhea, constipation, bloating regarding that. You want to get a food sensitivity panel. You want to rule out if there's any hormonal issues going on that's leading to your bloating. You want to get your estrogen, progesterone, DHEA, and testosterone checked. And also you want to get your thyroid checked. Maybe your slow motility is not just related to aging, and maybe it's related to the thyroid. So we want to get that checked out and make sure the thyroid isn't a piece of why you're having slow transit. You also want to get your HCl checked. So there is a test that you can do. It's a pill that you can swallow that can check your HCl production. So we could do that. Or there's some things that the doctor could show you to do to rule that out through certain foods that you eat or sodium bicarbonate that you take to help rule that out also.
Could you just give like a top level, real quick, like what, based off of each one, slow motility, low stomach acid, dysbiosis, what would be some things that somebody could do alongside a doctor or with supplements to be able to address each one of these top level solutions?
Yeah, so a quick look at what we could possibly do for all these causes. One is like the low motility, right? So a big one I love and probably my favorite is to start with magnesium, just like a magnesium citrate, glycinate, etc. That's fine to do, and that's actually great and it can help with the motility. Now for the dysbiosis, we want to make sure we take good quality probiotic. Some things that can really help the gallbladder work better is we can give you like dandelion root. We could give you turmeric. Those are some of my favorite things to really help support the gallbladder and help that work. And then for the hormonal things, this is very broad. So it depends on what's really going on. So if you have low progesterone, we could give you some herbs to help increase that progesterone production, like Vitex or Dong Quai. But sometimes we prescribe like a bioidentical progesterone to help with that. Or if your estrogen's low, we just give you estrogen.
That makes absolute sense. So for anybody who's listening to this episode here and wants to do any of these, we have a doctor's note that you can read to your doctor to really help them take this seriously, because I know that a lot of doctors can blow us off a bit and just like, nope, you're just getting older. And you're like, no, this is what I think it is. This is what I want to do, and so forth. So Dr. Jake has that for you. Dr. Jake, so if somebody's listening to this and doesn't want their doctor to blow them off when it comes to their bloating issues, what is something that a woman could say to their doctor to get them more motivated to help them?
So here's an example. I'm a blank number year old woman, and for the blank number of days, I've noticed specific symptoms that you're experiencing. I'm concerned this could be related to the specific root causes that we've talked about, and I'm hoping to get a couple of tests done to help me figure it out, the cause, and get a solution. Here's some tests that I'm thinking of doing. Here's some other labs that I'm thinking of too. And if you're not willing to look at this how I would like, do you have any specific referrals that you could give me for someone that can look at this for me? And
then we're going to make sure and have that script in the description box so you can literally copy it, put it on a Google Doc, put in all the little customizations into it, and then just call your doctor and read it. So hopefully that is really helpful for you. And you can actually tackle what we're talking about today. So as a recap here, we've discussed all of the possible causes for your bloating. We discussed the symptom pattern that comes alongside each one to help you kind of figure out what it possibly could be. And we've given you an overview on what that treatment might look like, things that you can do at home, supplements you can take, and some labs that you can get done with your doctor to really help figure it out. And then even some possible treatments that you could possibly get done outside of just supplements if that's necessary to do with your doctor. And then of course, we've given you this script to be able to use with your doctor, but if you want to skip all of that, and you're listening to this and going, no, I want to help. I want Dr. Jake to help me. He's the one that seems to understand all of this. You can schedule a call with Dr. Jake, a free 15-minute call at drjakewellness.com/schedule. Actually get to chat with him, tell him what's going on. And if it's something that he can help you with, you guys can follow up on a much deeper appointment where you can really dig into what's happening. He can send you the labs. If you live afar or if you live close, you can do the labs over at his office. To be able to start figuring all of this out and get to a solution. He also mentioned a ton of different supplements that are possible that you could be taking to help some of your bloating issues like HCl or probiotics and things like that. He has an incredible supplement line at shop.integrativemedica.com. And if you use the promo code Dr. Jake, you can get 15% off any of those supplements that he's discussed today. Dr. Jake?
Yes, and digestive issues are not the only issues that women experience after age 40. In the next video, we're going to talk about the 6 biggest health issues that women can experience after 40. So click on the video to the right, and we're talking detail of what to do there.